Bienvenidos a su canal, Learn English Daily. En este episodio, aprenderemos la historia de Estados Unidos en inglés.
The United States of America has a rich and complex history that began with the arrival of Native American tribes thousands of years ago. European exploration of the Americas started in the late 15th century, with Christopher Columbus landing in the Bahamas in 1492. In the early 17th century, English settlers established the first permanent English colony at Jamestown, Virginia in 1607. The Pilgrims arrived in Plymouth, Massachusetts, aboard the Mayflower in 1620, seeking religious freedom. 13 British colonies were established along the eastern seaboard, and by the mid-18th century, they developed a sense of identity and self-governance. Tensions between the colonies and Britain escalated, leading to the American Revolutionary War, which began in 1775. On July 4, 1776, the colonies declared their independence from Britain with the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. The Revolutionary War concluded in 1783 with the Treaty of Paris, which recognized the United States as an independent nation. In 1787, the Constitution was drafted and ratified, establishing a federal government with a system of checks and balances. George Washington became the first president of the United States in 1789, setting the precedent for peaceful transfers of power. The early decades of the 19th century saw the expansion of the United States through the Louisiana Purchase and westward exploration. In 1861, the United States was torn apart by the Civil War, fought primarily over the issue of slavery. The war ended in 1865 with the Union's victory and the abolition of slavery with the passage of the 13th Amendment. The late 19th and early 20th centuries witnessed rapid industrialization, urbanization, and waves of immigration. The United States emerged as a global power after winning the Spanish-American War in 1898, acquiring territories like Puerto Rico and the Philippines. In 1917, the United States entered World War I, helping the Allies secure victory in 1918. The 1920s brought economic prosperity, but the stock market crash of 1929 triggered the Great Depression, a severe economic downturn. President Franklin D. Roosevelt implemented the New Deal, a series of programs aimed at providing relief, recovery, and reform. In 1941, Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor propelled the United States into World War II, where it played a pivotal role in defeating the Axis powers. The post-war era saw the United States emerge as a superpower, engaged in a Cold War with the Soviet Union. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s fought against racial segregation and discrimination, leading to landmark legislation and social change. The United States became embroiled in the Vietnam War in the 1960s and early 1970s, causing domestic divisions and protests. In 1969, American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to walk on the moon. The Watergate scandal in the 1970s led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon, eroding public trust in government. In 1980, Ronald Reagan was elected president, advocating conservative policies and promoting a more assertive foreign policy. The fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989 symbolized the end of the Cold War, and the United States emerged as the world's sole superpower. The 1990s witnessed economic expansion, technological advancements, and the introduction of the Internet. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon led to the War on Terror and military interventions in Afghanistan and Iraq. Barack Obama became the first African American president in 2009, promising hope and change. The Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, was enacted to expand healthcare coverage in the United States. In 2016, Donald Trump was elected president, focusing on immigration reform, trade policy, and deregulation. The United States faced numerous challenges, including debates on gun control, climate change, and income inequality. The COVID-19 pandemic, which began in 2020, had a profound impact on the country's health, economy, and daily life. In 2021, Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th President of the United States, emphasizing unity and addressing pressing issues. Throughout its history, the United States has been a land of opportunity and a beacon of freedom, attracting people from around the world. The country's diverse population contributes to its cultural richness and ongoing pursuit of the American dream. The United States has played a significant role on the world stage, championing democracy, human rights, and global cooperation. From the struggles of its early settlers to its modern challenges, the United States continues to evolve and shape its destiny.